What's going on, guys? This is KNasty390 here. Welcome back to another episode of Tampa Bay Rays franchise rebuild. Not really rebuild because we just completed a dynasty. We won our third straight World Series against the Dodgers. We are now in the offseason, following the playoffs. 2026 to 2027, we lost one game in the playoffs, and we had to play the wild card game. That was pretty impressive. This is going to be a really tough offseason, guys. As you can see here, we made it to 5 straight ALCSs. We won 3 straight World Series. We didn't win the division, so it is what I don't really care. But we are like running negative on money, but things are going to change. Castillo is a free agent. I don't think we're going to bring him back. He's 33. He was great during really good during the regular season. Not great. 3.13 is really, really good. Not great. I think great sub 3. Struggled a little bit in the playoffs, so that could be. We're probably going to let him go. We'll put a qualifying offer on him, so we should get a draft pick. Correa's got 2 years left. Now, he's still playing at an elite level, so I don't think we'll move him. We may shop him. I may see what's out there for him because we have guys coming up. We're going to get expensive. Ohtani has 3 years left. He struggled in the regular season, but I think if we're losing Castillo, we need Ohtani. Brendan McKay made $19 million last year. I don't think he's a $19 million player, unfortunately. The weight, 282, 22 home runs. He gets on base at a solid clip, not a great clip. A WAR of 3 for $20 million, we can't afford that. I think that is something we may move on from. Frank Holden is a steal at $10 million. That was great, especially how he did during the regular during the playoffs. Manny Pineda is a guy struggled the last 2 years. He's making over $6 million. Castaneda at least is locked up. Douglas is locked up. Miles is locked up. Jim Dunn is a free agent, so we can move on. We may have to move on from him. He was making $2.5 million. Had that great grand slam in Game 5 of the playoffs, but I don't know. So we got a lot of tough decisions. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's get into the offseason. Let's see who retired. Hopefully some big names in the division. Zach Britton retired, even though he wasn't really a great closer. He hasn't closed in years. Great reliever. Chapman retired. Is he a Hall of Famer in this, do you think? 360 career saves? Probably not. Ken Giles retired. I'm thinking Jake Lamb. That's John Lamb. Let's see who else retired. Any big names? And let's see if we can maybe see a Hall of Famer in here too. I'm not seeing any. There's a Hall of Famer, Clayton Kershaw. He finished with 274 career wins. How many strikeouts? Over 4,000 strikeouts. Yeah, he's probably the best left-handed pitcher of all time in this. If this happens, I'm trying to think who's a better left-handed pitcher. Steve Carlton, who did have more strikeouts, but I think Kershaw's better than Carlton. Taijuan Walker retired. Luckily, it was not due to injuries because injuries are off. Jose Iglesias also retired. Former Red Sox. People forget that. He did play for the Red Sox for 2 years. Wasn't really much, and he was part of a Jake Peavy trade. So let's see who got in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, Kershaw. I won't say. I take that back to obvious. Chris Sale doesn't make the Hall of Fame with over 3,000 strikeouts in this. There's no obvious Hall of Famer, even as obvious as to you and I that Kershaw is a Hall of Famer. So let's take a look at our staff. We're still locked up. No one's retired. That's why I like doing it. They're just all locked up. You don't have to worry about them. They're great. Exclusive free agent. Oh, Correa has a player option. Oh, damn. All right, let's put a qualifying offer on Castillo. I'm not going to, unless he wants like $10 million a year. Yeah, he wants $23 million. You are great. We can't afford that. There's other players going to get more expensive. And I'd rather get rid of a guy a year too early than a year too late. We'll take the draft pick. Good luck wherever you go, Castillo. Hopefully it's in the National League. Jim Dunn. I won't have a problem keeping him back for under $5 million, which I just know is not going to happen. I am going to take a chance. This is borderline stupid, but I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to put a qualifying offer on Jim Dunn. That might be really stupid. I just think a team's going to fall in love with him and sign him. You got to wait on Correa. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, I'm glad he did. Because I think it would have been hard for us to re-sign him. We would try our best. So we have Correa. It doesn't show him up on this, but we do have him. Now we got to sim a few days. All right, one more day. Now we can take a look at everything else. Now, salary arbitration. Rio Ruiz was great during the regular season. Amazing in the playoffs, almost. I'd say good during the regular season, great during the playoffs. Now I don't want to give a lot of money. 4.2 is not a bad. He made $800,000 last year, though. I'm going to put that at $2 million in arbitration. I'll take it arbitration, man. You're going to put in 4.5. I think 2 is fair. More fair. Fairer, I don't think it's a word. Jason Cooper, the guy who was a starter, we converted into a reliever, and he is just our long man. You see how many innings he pitches? That's like almost a starter, 134, 119 innings. ERAs in the low 3s. That's incredibly valuable, especially for losing Castillo. I wouldn't mind locking him up if the price is right. Now, he wants to be a closer. He's not a closer, but bullpen. But look at the salary, $900,000 a year. We'll bump that up to make him happy. 4 years, $4.5 million, $1.1 a year as a bullpen arm. Perfect. Josh Naylor had a solid regular season as a DH. I definitely want to bring him back as a bench bat at worst. So let's do a 2-year, about $4 million deal. We'll put him as an everyday now because he might be our DH. We'll see if that's going to stay the same once we may move McKay, and I'm not sure if Naylor has the durability to play every day, not the fielding, but he could be a very cheap first base option. Luigi is a free agent, not a free agent, he has arbitration. Don't want to pay him a lot. 2 years, $800,000 I think is very fair, or $900,000 for a guy who is incredibly important in 2 games during the playoffs. Excuse me. All right, let's go to tender contracts. Some guys who have just less than 2 years of service time. Travis Cole is, as the overall of a dynamite reliever, hasn't put together yet, but I think that will change. Let's try to lock him up. I will put him as a closer because he may actually close, so we'll do that. Wyatt Kern, our catcher, had not an amazing year, but he had a very good year. I wouldn't mind locking him up. He's only 26. A 5-year deal I think is fair. 6 point, not nice. I'll bring that up a little bit to make sure he'll sign and he's happy. 7.3 a year for 5 years for a catcher. Perfect. Corey Kosar, who struggled during his rookie year, but a potential. 2 years, 2.8. That's fair. De La Cruz, who can't. I think we might just use De La Cruz. He hit a 318 in limited at bats. He mostly only faced lefties, which is he's a little stronger versus lefties and righties. But I think he's a very good player. And if we lose Dunn, which I'm expecting to, he can hop right in. So we'll re-sign him. Caruso may be the man who comes into the rotation in very limited innings. 7. I don't even count that. In 7 innings, he pitched all right. He gave up 2 runs. That looks like in 7 innings. So, but we'll give him a deal. And the rest of this, I'll just sign right now. You're gonna see the finished product in 2 seconds. All right, guys. So that was all taken care of. Now, before we go any further, I do want to just look at the roster and see what we need to do. So let's take a look at starting pitching. We got Ohtani, Pineda, Coleman, who pitched okay, 3.82. That's really solid, actually. Not amazing, but career ERA of 4.19. Kosar, the youngster, and Caruso. Maybe try to get one. We can try to find a guy who's like in the low 90s. He's got to be cheap, obviously, though. That is definitely something that we have to definitely look for. Maybe, probably not in free agency. That might be too expensive, but as like a trade. Relievers, we got Sohn, we got Cooper. Acevedo is another guy who's at 25, B potential. Ben Escobar, who is eligible for the Rule 5 draft. A lefty, A potential. 23 years old, 72 overall. But here we have some great players. We have Douglas, who's been our closer. Struggled a little bit last year. Travis Cole, Carlos Baez, Shane Fay, a lefty, Mason Richardson, and Pete Logan. We got all these guys who are pretty solid options. At catchers, we got Kern, Herbert, is our backup. Great defensive catcher. A really good defensive catcher. Terrible hitter. Russell Koo, great contact versus right. Solid, really good durability, Bad average fielding, below average, 53. He may be a trade chip because we did lock up, or we're in the process. We offered that contract to Kern. So if we lock him up, Koo becomes expendable. We could, in theory, put him as a DH. That's actually an option, but I have some other options at DH. First base. Right now we have McKay. We may try to find something cheaper so that we can trade him to go get ourselves a starter. Maybe we can trade him and then we can afford a starter because he's $20 million basically. Second base, Forrest Miles, fine. Third base, Rio Ruiz. We offered him a contract, but he's under team control. We'll keep him. Great defensive player. Correa's at short. We don't really have a backup plan. I guess maybe Quintana. This guy is a potential backup plan. But no one's really that guy who's like a big time prospect. So maybe try to find that soon. Left field, right now we have Frank Holden, De La Cruz, Castaneda. So I'm thinking though, but we have Pedro Almanzar. Look at this guy. He looks so good. I think I think he's ready for the show. I really do. He has the fielding. He has the durability is not amazing. It's really good at 74. Solid, but not amazing. The fielding's amazing. With that lack of arm, though, I think he's probably a left fielder. But the dude's going to hit 280 at least. He's going to. So I don't see why not call him up. And then maybe that makes... even though De La Cruz is a really good player, that may make him expendable in the trade market. We also have Rodney T. Look at this guy. He looks really good. I wish his contact first rate was a little higher, but that's a great defensive player. We kind of a glut. I mean, I don't want to trade Holden. He's just been so instrumental in our dynasty. He really has. I mean, every year he's stolen over 30 bases. Three of the last 4 years, he's hit over 20 home runs. His WAR last year was 7. The last 2 years have been 7.4. That's an all-star level. He's a great player, and he's locked up. So I don't want to get rid of him. So let's figure this out. So right now we got Holden, Castaneda. Now we could put him at DH. His durability lets him play every day, but with 57 fielding, that hurts him. I mean, if you can take a look at the fact that his WAR last year, he hit 35 bombs, got on base at 33%, 34% clip. However, his WAR was 0.7. That's because of his terrible defense. We had Josh Naylor as our DH last year. So maybe we put him at DH. Almanzar can be our left fielder, and then I guess T could maybe be our right fielder if we want to go super young, and then we trade De La Cruz. So Holden in center. Let's do this. We'll put Almanzar. What is his? He has 90 potential. That was a B. It's now an A. So we're gonna move him to left. Like I said, with his lack of arm, I think it's best to put him in left. So let's go check that out. So there he is. So he's our left fielder. Holden's our center fielder. Castaneda's our DH. We can maybe trade De La Cruz, and we can trade Teague. I just think, what is Teague's potential? 91. What's De La Cruz's potential? I guess we can I'm not sure if you call this like cheating. I don't think it is. It's just kind of like a hidden stat. 86. That's not bad. So we'll trade one of them, get a starter. We'll probably move McKay. We can maybe keep him. Like if funds don't become an issue, we can keep him. I have no problem keeping him. I just think paying $20 million for a guy who's a solid player, not a great player, for us is not worth our time. So let's take a look at free agents now that we did that. Bo Bichette is available. Very good player. Definitely a very... Dude hit over 4... Oh, I'm not sure if he qualified for the batting title. He hit 403 in 2023. I don't think he did. He didn't. He didn't have enough at bats. 283. The fact that he hit 403 though, my goodness. Trevor Story, another guy, very good career so far. He's 34 though, and he did get a qualifying offer. Sixto Sanchez, actually is good in this franchise. There's Luis Castillo. There's Hunter Green. Hasn't really put together. Chavis, really good hitter at third. I really don't want to give up a draft pick. I think draft picks are going to be very important for us. Tyler Good. We don't need an outfielder. Justice Sheffield. Okay, he's been asked last 2 years. We're good on that. Don't need a shortstop. Oh, we need a young shortstop, not a guy who's in free agency. Don't need a second baseman. Ooh, Willie Calhoun. I believe. No, he's never been. I'm thinking of Willie Adames. What am I thinking? Any Keon Keela. Oh, Kiermaier. Hey, he's had a very good career in Houston. Very good. I'm glad to see that. Pavin Smith, maybe, as a first baseman. Hit 29 home runs, 254 average, 352 on base. How much would he cost? It'd be like 12.5 for 1 year of Pavin Smith. I don't hate that. I really don't. He's a good young prospect. He was a first-round pick for the Diamondbacks last year. Let's see if we can get him. So let's sim a few days. And there we go. 1 year, $12.5 million. That's great. That opens up the door of moving McKay. Sixto Sanchez is a Marlin. Keelan Keela is a Phil. Chance Cisco's... The Giants always make moves in the offseason. They're like the Washington Redskins of baseball. Not in real life in this. Jack Flaherty is a Tiger. Thomas Nido is a Red Sox, so the Red Sox got a player. Even though he hit 209 with 6 bombs, they gave him a 3-year, $47.1 million deal. Good job, Boston. Hunter Green is a Ranger. Ooh. If he ever puts it together in real life, it looks like to be a stud. Chavis is a Red Sox, so I'm not sure if he was with the Red Sox last year. He's a current Red Sox prospect, suspended by minor league baseball for taking performance-enhancing drugs. Fun little fact. the Red Sox are spending money. They signed Luzardo, 6 years, $121 million. Red Sox aren't effing around. All right, Castillo declined his qualifying offer. He's going to remain a free agent. We got a draft pick. Soroka is a Diamondback. Honeywell is an Oriole, so AL East got stronger. Before we go any further, let's take a look to see if... So these players haven't accepted these contracts yet. These are the only ones waiting. I'm waiting for De La Cruz, and I think we're going to probably trade him, but that's a very team-friendly contract. Pedro Almanza, accept that, then we're good. Let's take a look to see if Jim Dunn signed. It looked like he did. Oh, there's Mook. Hasn't really panned out. So we did get, so that was smart on, I'm going to tap myself on the back. We gave Jim Dunn the qualifying offer. I thought a team would sign him. A team did sign him. Let's see what team signed him and see how much money they, I don't want to say wasted, but spent. So Jim Dunn, there he is. He is a Met. 3 years, what is that, 12 point, that's like $35 million. $35 million for 3 years actually is not a terrible contract. He's, oh man, he is such a tease. But okay, let's take a look. Oh, let's wait a little bit longer because I want De La Cruz to accept that contract. The guy's being really annoying, but not. Alec Hansen's a Brave. Justice Sheffield's an Angel. Brinson's a Twin. Padres interested in trade. Go on. Finley, a reliever. I don't think we're going to need him. I'm intrigued. B potential, only 20 years old. Travis Oll, I think, is a B potential. Or is he a C? He's a C. He's 31 years old. I'm okay with moving him. And what's Benito? He's a B, but he's 60. I'll do that. Give me the reliever. He's righty, but I'll take the chance on the reliever. I'm not sure. Like, he'll never hit. I don't think he'll really ever field. And the start I'm not too worried about. So I'll take that, and we'll save how much money? About $220,000. So I'll do that. Cordoba is a Brave. Brian Anderson's a Pirate. I almost said Philly. My bad. Let's take a look. All right, so it looks like everyone signed. Our cash flow is negative, so that is where we're at. But we're going to change that. So let's go find ourselves a starter. Like I said, Franklin Perez, if he actually pitches well, that's an intriguing arm. Like, I want a guy who is locked up, so we don't have to worry about it. And, I mean, I don't want to be, like, incredibly greedy because it's like I want a guy who's like a 95 overall who makes $3 million a year for the next 5 years. I obviously want that, just it's not there. Gohara, $14.73 million for 4 years, 89 overall. I mean, he pitched bad last year. Could he bounce back? He's been great his whole career. I might take that chance. Now, stamina's kind of low. We'll circle back on that. That's definitely an option. I bet if I put McKay, yeah, they already want to do it. We can get something else in return. I'm not sure what else. Do they have like a prospect we could be interested in? There's a third base prospect here, which we actually could definitely use because our third base is actually kind of weak after Rio Ruiz. I mean, maybe this guy, Lacey, but that is just so far away. But let's go back to starters. $30 million, no. No, 20. Now he's 32, Romero, but he pitched outstanding last year. That works right off the bat. That's like a perfect fair trade. I like that. Now he is 32. He is signed for 3 more years after this. We can come back to that. But that's okay. Dominguez, he barely even. I thought he pitched like a full season. I'm like, damn, that's intriguing. Never mind, he pitched like 20 innings. Gonzalez pitched all right, not amazing. Let's see what else is out there. Blake Snell. Talk about teases. Blake Snell's a tease. Watch him pitch in real life. I feel like this guy could be amazing. Oh my goodness, this is our guy. Sean Cordero, as long as he pitches well, look at that, $9.24 million, and he has 3 years remaining on his deal. Oh, the Phillies will trade this guy. We're gonna have to take money back. Okay, let's do this. Let's not start off with him. Let's start off with De La Cruz. Okay, money's not gonna work on our end. Is there a contract that's like a middle contract that I'm okay with moving? Like, I don't want to include Pavin Smith. I actually want that 1-year deal for I don't know. If we sign Pav, it's kind of a dick move to sign a guy then trade him. But if money works, we can have McKay. McKay, I think, is better than Pavin Smith. I mean, not just overall, I think he's just a better player. They're both the same age. They're both free agents. So let's do this. We'll include Pavin Smith, and we now just have to give up a prospect. I don't think a great prospect. Like, we include Medina, who is turning into someone, but I don't want to include Teague's off limits on this because we're trading De La Cruz. We can include Ragland, who we'll see if he turns into something, but I'd rather not, but we know we can do that. Davino looks to be a great power. Like, I think that guy could be a fourth outfielder next year for us. So I don't want to include him, but I think maybe 1 more year in the minor would be okay for him. Let's take a look at starters. So our starting rotation is Ohtani, Pineda, Coleman, Kozar, and if we get Cordero. I don't want to give up Caruso. He's a prospect of ours, like a big-time prospect. I'll give up someone else, though. Oakley. There we go. Oakley gets the deal done. We save about $4 million by this. He's locked up. That is a perfect trade. So now our rotation, we got Ohtani, Cordero, Pineda, Coleman, Kozar. I'm really hoping Kozar takes that next step. I hope Pineda has a bounce-back year. 3 of his last 4 years have been pretty bad, but 2 of the other years have been pretty solid. Let's take a look. So the bullpen looks fine. Catcher fine. First base. So Naylor's going to be a bench bat. So since Naylor is going to be a bench bat, we're not going to call up that fourth outfielder that the one the power. Just trying to think of anything else. So outfielders, Almanza on left, Holden in center, Castaneda in right, or Castaneda's a DH. Teague will be in right. That is our lineup. That is our outfield. I mean, Teague may not be a great hitter, but look at that fielding. He's only 21, 8 potential. So let's just update that. Oh, no, don't do that. Add to 40 man. Let's just move him to right. What is his 91 potential? We need to get a guy with like a 95, something like that. We need this just to say outfield for him. Or you can just put center, that's fine. There we go. What's his overall now in right? 76. So it went down 2, but that's fine. Like I said, Castaneda, I think, is best served as a DH. Even though his durability can play every day, I just don't think he has the defense to play it. So let's make sure our Rule 5 draft is all set because we have to get our 40-mans all set. But I think we're good. I think our team looks good now. And we did lose a guy incredibly important for our team. Helped us win 3 World Series in Castillo. But at the end of the day, it's the nature of the business. I mean, that's all I can really... I mean, it is what it is. It sucks. But, yeah. All right, I think that's all good. We still have Koo. I don't know what to do with Koo. I mean, we could have him be our backup. I might throw his at the end of this, right when this episode ends, because what we'll do is look at some top prospect. If there's like a legit top shortstop prospect, I'll include Koo in it or someone else to get, or a first base prospect. I would love to get a big time I mean, this Spears guy, I wish his potential is B. We talked about this in a prior episode. He has the attributes and the age to be a stud. If only his potential is higher, but it's not. So beggars can't be choosers. Just make sure you're not eligible. You're not. You are probably not. Nope. Let's just make sure you add you to the 40-man. So we're going young with this team, which I'm okay with. We definitely have a younger core, but that's all right. Let's put Ragland up in AAA. There's our right field, and he's only played in AA. Well, now you're going to be big on the big Teague, but you look like, I mean, like I said, even if he doesn't hit, he's going to field, and he's got the arm. So I'm okay with that. And we are good here. He's not going to be eligible for the Rule 5, but I do want him in AAA. So like I said, the only thing I guess is maybe try to find a shortstop third base prospect. We can trade Koo as one of the best catching prospects in my opinion in the game. We don't need a catching prospect. Tatis got signed. All right. We have too many people in the organization, so let's fix that. Let's get rid of some 20-something-year-old guys. Yeah, like upper 20s, 30-year-old guys. 33. Yeah. Goodbye. And we'll get rid of just one more guy for why not. We're good now, so let's continue the off-season. Keston Hiura, a Brewers prospect, signed with the A's. Julio Pablo Martinez signed with the Astros. Castillo he's going back home to not Cleveland, to Cincinnati. Good luck, Luis. Thank you very much for your time. You're a great, I was almost say Devil Ray. You're a great Ray. Help us win 3 titles. Trevor Story's a Cub. Swanson's a Cardinal. Corey Ray is a Rocky. Vince Washington's a... Oh my God, look at that mustache. We should have signed this guy. God damn it. All right, let's continue the offseason. Cicchini is a Nat. Dwight Smith is a Cub. Jaron Kendall is now I think he's currently a Dodger prospect. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comments. Let's go to the Rule 5 draft. I don't think we're going to probably take anything. We'll see. Like I said, I know you guys have mentioned, like, oh, just take this guy and then trade him. Nah, I feel like that's cheapish. I guess the only thing maybe would be, could we find some speed in the outfield that's cheaper? Ooh. Velasquez. Let's get Velasquez. Well, we'll look out. It's 91 speed, 83 steal. That's better than Luigi, and he's going to be cheaper, I'm assuming. What's his contract? 120K. Yeah. So we'll now just get rid of Luigi. Even though he has an amazing name. This other guy's better, and he's cheaper. So why not? It's sentimental to have Luigi, to have, I mean, a fellow Italian. Even though his last name is Rodriguez, I believe. So, but where is he? Yeah. Let's see what we get for our prospect. If we get like anything that's a B, I would be thrilled. Ooh, there was it. Ooh. Oh, whoa. Oakland, what are you doing? He's such a project, but he's only 19. Thank you. Come again. I am really curious now. What is his potential? 91, okay. It's not like, if it was like 98, 99, it'd be like, we hit a gold mine. So let's finish the offseason. Hoffman is an Astro. Ruiz, oh, they signed with Ruiz, so we got $4 million and change. All right, let's just make sure everything's good. What is our budget looking like? We're negative $133,000 a week. Not ideal. But that's fine. Let's go to renew contracts. That's good. Sim 2 spring training. Now let's take a look at the top prospects in baseball and see where we are on that and see what we can get. Ronnie Teague, who's going to be in the bigs, is number 5. Pedro Almanzon, number 7 in the bigs. Gary Oda is in AAA, a starter. Number 1 is Kevin Simmons, a catcher. He has great fielding. His durability is so bad, but for a catcher, that being said, he must have very high potential. Let's see if any, as you can see, like the young guys though on this, like 21, well, he's 20, but then we got a 21, and then another 20 here, are both our team. So we got the young guys on this. Anyone else from our team? You're 26, you're not a prospect. You're not a prospect. Oh, and I missed a couple right here. Ragland and Caruso. Caruso's not going to be on our big league team. Medina, again, he won't be on our big league team. Mason Richardson. Jared Parker, a right fielder. Very toolsy. We'll let him develop. Ben Escobar, a reliever. But I don't see any like big time. Let's see. Shortstop. Ooh. Oh, okay. I like this guy. Sandy Deaton from Mexico, 78 and 65 for power, 75 durability, 52 fielding, but he has a good arm on the Blue Jays. Let's go talk. Toronto, let's talk. Let's start with Russell Koo. Does that get it done? They can't take on them. Okay, we'll have to take on some money, and then ooh, they have James Nelson, former Ray. So let's take him. They want more. All right. That helped. And I'll include... Oh, that didn't get the job done. Damn it. We may not be able to get him. Or maybe let's include someone else other than Anderson. Dan Vogelbach. All right. Nope. I don't think I'm not including you. I don't think we can get him. All right, let's go back to the top prospects. See what else is out there for. Rod is 22. Not terrible. 21, not great fielding. I kind of want some good fielding at short. There's that 26-year-old quote-unquote prospect. Gustafson, no. He's 26. Coggin, a second baseman. That may not be. Oh, his fielding is so bad. Robert Lopez. Oh, dude, you can't play. His fielding and durability are both awful. Aaron Barker, the second baseman. We have the same. He's Forrest Miles. He's just a younger version. Yeah, I think we're gonna just keep Russell Coolin. Maybe we'll do this. Let's do this. You know what? We got a great backup hitting catcher. Let's actually have him on the bigs, and we're gonna trade our current backup, who's making $465,000. Actually, look at that value. We might be able to get like a legit prospect for him. There you go. We can get an A potential. Dude, the Marlins are not a smart organization. I mean, I think that's pretty common knowledge, but I'm going to take that. Let's take a look at this starting pitcher we just got. Like, thank you for that. There's Caruso. They gave us Gary Oda. I remember that. Where's this other guy? Salvador Vasquez. Where is he on top prospects? I know this video's running a little long, so I'm going to end it soon. We're just going to get everything taken care of. Let's see. Number 30 prospect for our backup catcher. All right, so now we can send to the regular season, get our lineup set, and then we're good. Now, I actually might update our sponsors. Because before we had it based off we were bad, but now we're good. So let's get 30,000 per win. Per save, no. Let's do per run. We already have per run. Stolen base is not bad. Because we have Frank Holden, we got some guys who can run, so let's actually get that. Let's make sure our scouts are good. Scouts are good. Now let's get this rotation line. Otani, Cordero, Pineda, Coleman, and Caruso. No, I believe Kozar is going to be the guy. Yeah, why did they switch that up? I know Caruso's overall was higher. That's because he was happy and Kozar was upset. I'd rather have Kozar because he is more of a higher potential. All right. And I'm going to send down Ben Escobar and Stuart Francis. I don't need either of them. Oops. And they both have options. Where is Stuart Francis? Was he a closer or was he a starter technically? Let's just go to the MLB roster. I don't know why you were on it. Stuart Francis, he was a reliever. We're going to send you down to AAA. All right, let's make sure this rotation looks good. We can maybe add another bullpen arm, but we'll see how they do. I mean, we got to fix that AAA pitching rotation. Let's do that real quick. All right, AA. Hey, it's too many people already. I guess Class A for you. I'm just thinking like we could call up like Shane Fay. We could call up Richardson, Logan. But let's take a look at our lineup. Now we do have to call up some people. We have a backup. There's our speed guy. There's our backup catcher. There's a backup third baseman who can also play first, second, short. And our shortstop. So I want another outfielder. And then we'll call up one of those pitchers as well. I will call up Fay because he's a lefty. Yep, let's call up Fay because he's a lefty. And then we'll call up an outfielder. Oh, Rodney Teague never got called up. You got called up. Okay, now let's get this all set. That looks good. Lineup. All right, so Holden leading off. Let's just get everyone in the right spots. So Josh Snell's going to be a bench bat. That's actually really clutch. Holden leading off. I'll have Almanza bat second. Actually, I don't have a problem with that. Correa, McKay, Kern, Castaneda, Teague, Ruiz, fourth. I actually don't have a problem with that. All right, we'll have Castaneda play versus in the National League, back in the American League. That looks fine. Kern, yeah, struggles a little bit more versus left, and Teague does well versus left, so we'll have him higher up in the lineup. And the rest of that looks fine. Make sure you're playing every day. Make sure you're playing every day. And let's make sure you're playing every day. Not a catcher. I don't care. Like I said, guys, in the minors, you don't have to worry about non-DH lineups because they always have a DH. Just a little tip. A little top tip. All right, and now I think we are good, guys. That's going to be it for the video. Next one, we're going to be doing the regular season. We'll see how we do. Let's take a little quick look, I guess, before we end. We have the number 1 ranked team. Not as, like, overall dynamic, like the best, but still best pitching, best contact, 5th speed, 7th defense, which is really high for us, 11th power. So we'll see how we'll do. It'll be fun to do the next season. Then hopefully we're in the playoffs and try to get that 4-peat, guys. I'll talk to y'all later, though. Take it easy. Peace.